Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this week's episode, we are doing a speed build, and it is for none other than Susan and her new husband, Makoto. In the last episode of the Legacy Let's Play, you guys saw that Susan got married and moved out with Makoto. If you didn't see that, well, spoiler, I guess I should have said that first. Spoiler alert, she did marry Makoto the vampire and moved to his house. So we likely won't be seeing a whole lot of this house again after today, but I wanted to give Susan a send off to her new house and her new life and stuff like that. I just couldn't. Our girl Susan was going to be living in a tiny little, barely having a couch house, and I love her too much. I couldn't do it. So I gave her lots of money. I cheated in a lot of money for this couple here. And I didn't really want to think about the money or how much it cost. I just wanted them to have something nice and set her up right for the future, whatever that future may turn into. I am very curious to see if she becomes a vampire. I guess only time will tell, but I am very curious to see where that goes. Now, I didn't go completely overboard, I don't think, but I did give them kind of a lot of things, and there's very conflicting decorative looks going on here. So we almost have like Western or plantation house on the outside, and then on the inside I initially started with, well, we'll go with like darker, maybe black and white or gray and some reds and stuff like that, because he's a vampire and she moved in with him and this would be his house. But then it kind of morphed to later. You'll see I kind of deviate from that color a little bit, especially as we move into the upstairs. So I think it's a very good clash of, Makoto the vampire and Susan the human. They got married, and like their conflicting style and their conflicting species. I guess he now would be a different species, I guess. So that like conflicting, just everything about them kind of conflicting. I think that possibly comes through in the way that I ended up doing their house. But the first room that I did is the kitchen. And it's very black, white, and red. The floors are black and white, even though it doesn't, like, it starts with a black and white tile. I do change it, but it's still very black, white with some red in there. It's dark in there. But I do like how it turned out, and I most definitely stole it out of the pre-made kitchen. I'm not even going to pretend. I did a lot of the rooms that way, where I stole out of the pre-made room or what have you. And that's the way I always build, especially, again, if I don't have a specific theme in mind where I'm narrowing it down by a pack or a style or a color. I will go through those rooms. It's one way that I prefer to build. When I initially first time ever playing The Sims 4, I was a little bit overwhelmed with all of the stuff because I had been playing The Sims 2 for years and building with The Sims 2. And though I have all the expansion packs for The Sims 2, there's still not nearly as much stuff just in the game itself as there is with The Sims 4, even just the base game. It was just a lot of stuff, and it was very overwhelming in the beginning when I first started playing it. And so that's kind of where I came from as far as, I will use these pre-made rooms because it gives me an idea. It also lets me know what they look like. And I've said this before, I actually used to take the entire room and plop it down on the lot and would sort of just kind of group like Legos. I would group them all together so that they fit, and they were some ugly houses, let me tell you. Ugly and expensive houses. But I later started making my own shells, or I would use the pre-existing shell and just the stuff from the rooms. So it's just something that I've always done from the start of The Sims 4. And it probably will be something I will always do. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. It's just the way I build. I'm not saying that I can't go through the different sections or do it maybe by a different way. It's just the way I like to do it. And so this is how it works out. But I'm not saying, I'm sure you've seen if I am looking at a room like this and I initially go a certain way, I have been known to eyedropper, like I'm doing the dropper to look for this particular item, and then it takes me to where it is in the selection gallery of crap. And I have gone, oh, I like this one next to it better, or this one near it better, and I've changed it. So, I mean, it's not to say that I completely stick to a room, and I've also cherry picked out of different rooms a lot. It's fun for me to build. But I am now to the living room, and I again I'm still going with black, white, red, gray. I'm really taking this home, and I planned to do it through the whole house. And it's just funny to look back on it now and go, oh, wow, what do you know? I did start with black, white, and red, didn't I? Because that is not quite where it ends. But I think it also works out well the way that I kind of tied it. There's a lot of black, white, and red swatches in The Sims. I didn't realize that, but it's funny. It's crazy to me to think that Susan is now grown up and married and moved out and started her own life. I mean, it's only been 10 episodes now of the Legacy Let's Play, but I feel like I have been with these Sims for this particular generation for a long time, and it's really cool to see that we're on to starting the next generation. Sometimes I regret a little bit just not going with Susan, because now I'm sad that I'm not following Susan, since she was the first child born into the family, and so I feel a little bit attached to her. But at the same time, I'm really glad that we flipped a coin and went off of chance just to see what the fates decided, and that now we're instead going to go after and follow after Ruben. I think that makes it fun and different, versus just doing Susan because she was born first, and that kind of thing. So I think it makes it more fun and challenging. I'm going to continue doing flipping of the coin, and I'm going to fill in the wheel. So anytime that we move, like if we're going to move to a different area, and it's the sim that we're following, if we're going to move to a different world or different lot, I'm going to have all of the worlds put into a spin the wheel thing, and then wherever it picks, that's where we're going to have to build a house, and then we can go from there. I think that will be a lot of fun. It'll add some challenge for me, because it's going to push me outside of my comfort zone, as far as I won't be picking the same places that I know I like this lot, so I'm going to go here. Or I know I like the lighting here, or it's never rains here, or it always snows here. Like I'm going to be challenged to deal with whatever it is and go with whatever it is, which could also be frustrating, because if we got a place like, I don't know, the world in the werewolf pack or something like that, that could be a little bit difficult to deal with. But I think it will also be fun. I'm also going to try to I'm going to try really hard to stick to being random with everything. So hopefully that won't be to the detriment of my brain, because it has been a challenge. At first it was easy, because coincidentally Skylar got the tech guru career, and she got, the computer whiz aspiration, and that works for me because I have played that particular aspiration and that particular career a lot in the past. So I know kind of what to expect up to a certain point, but I know how to deal with that one versus some of the other ones. Forcing myself to pick based upon like how they grow, and not just forcing them into, well, I want to play this, so I'm doing that. Like, I think it helps a lot, because then I'm not sticking to the same, because I'll be honest, I played the easy one. So I do the tech guru, I do a painter, I do a book writer. I have done where they like knitting and they just want to knit. Those are all sort of easy ones. The painter, being a painter is super easy, and you can make a buttload of money. You just constantly paint, and they get better and better at painting, and they sell their paintings. They don't even need a job. They just sell the paintings. The same with being a writer. Like, you just write and write and write as much as you can. Like, those are the easy ones, but it can be challenging. Like, if you give them an extra, like an actual career besides painting and writing, it can be challenging, but I have tended to just default to the easy stuff. I even one time did the wellness aspiration where they want to do yoga and things like that. Like, that one's really easy to accomplish. I've done that one once. I will say I've done it only once, but it was really easy to accomplish. So I typically pick ones that are easy, especially on short lifespan, but doing it this way has been a fun challenge for me. One that I am not super comfortable with still, and it does make for, but I think it makes for more interesting gameplay. If I was doing all the easy stuff that I play all the time, it's just, there's no challenge to it. There's no, oh, this is different. Oh, this is weird. Oh, I can't believe that happened. So I think it makes it a lot more fun. I think also now in my build, you're probably starting to see that the whole aesthetic is getting a little more, I'm dabbling in some other colors, especially upstairs. So, and there's like, I put a kid's room. So there's a toddler bed and there's a crib in there. And then their room is a gray. After their room is kind of where it started to branch out into some other colors. But I think I did a good job balancing between the two and not getting too crazy with, going away from it. I put in some of these vampire artwork things because I feel like they would still be around. I realized I didn't do much in the way of vampire stuff or anything remotely close to that. So I had to dabble in a few more things. And I found, I don't know why, I've never seen it before, I've never paid attention, but I found that little radiator and I thought it was cute and I wanted to add it into more rooms, but I thought if I do that, I'm going to go a little overboard, which, come to think of it, now that I'm looking at it, I put it in the same room as a fireplace. I mean, I guess in real life they could do that, but I also really struggled with the outside. I don't do bushes and terrain, and I don't do any of that well. That's another reason I really like shell building, where I plop either I use the existing shell that's already on the lot or I plop a new one down, because I very much struggle with bushes and flowers and making it look more than just a lot plopped down. I struggle with that quite a bit. So I did put some flowers in there. I honestly did not at all go with the vampire look because it wouldn't have fit, but I did try to add some trees to I'm just not good at that, but I did try. You got to give me an A for effort. I did try to put something there and put some trees and stuff like that. And I just kept saving because I was like, I think I'm done. I would zoom out and I'm like, maybe not. So anyway, I think we're pretty much wrapped up here, and I will go ahead and pop into the game and we'll take a look at Susan's new house. Okay, so here is their new lovely abode. Very red. Oh, look, Elaine's here to visit. Oh, she doesn't seem very happy. But anyway, okay, so this is their new house, and we'll kind of start downstairs. So we've got the kitchen here and the dining room. I think, let me see if it looks better with walls. Not really. I think it turned out really nice. I didn't do a ton for wall decor or anything like that, but I still think that it turned out really nice. Okay, I hadn't used that before. Then we have the dining room here. So I think this is also very pretty, very romantic. We've got photos on the wall. I like to kind of think that those are maybe Makoto's family portraits or something. I would imagine he would have a family from very long ago. And then we have the living room, still going with the red and black and gray vibes, but also we're starting to see some color popping in here. More photos on the wall. We also have a chess table because, as we remember, Susan liked to play chess. So we have another one of those. We have our cute little radiator that I don't really know why I felt the urge to put it in there, but it was cute and I wanted to add it. And we have a very nice fireplace. This bathroom, the room, it's one of the first, after like the kitchen and dining room, it was one of the first rooms I made, and it is actually a room that I made. I am noticing there that the foliage is clipping through the wall, but you know what? I'm just going to pretend it's not there for now. That's a not right now problem. But I think that turned out really, really cute. And then we have upstairs. So in the upstairs area, we have the master bathroom. So this one is specifically off of Susan and Makoto's bedroom. It's not at all gray or black, but there's some red in there. It is using the For Rent bathroom stuff. So it's got that cute sink and the shower that goes with it and some more pictures. And we have some, this is like it probably is like a towel rack, and I'm sure there's supposed to be decorative stuff on there, but I didn't put anything decorative. I kind of am right now wishing I had done a red bath towel instead of a white one. I didn't really think about it at the time I was doing this, but you know, hindsight. Of course, we have Makoto's coffin there. Now that's a necessity because, you know, as he is a vampire, he needs it on the occasion. Then we have the actual bed. So, of course, Makoto can join Susan in this bed if he so desires to do so. Especially, you know, if woohooing or baby making, they may need to do so in the bed. We have, this one did fit the more black and gray vibe, but there's not as much red happening here. And then we've got the main staircase that comes upstairs. There's my, you know, vampire pack posters or photos. We've got a hallway here. Now this is technically in the shell, it's a giant room, but I made it into a smaller space. I wanted to have, initially my first thought was that I would have two kids rooms, but I kind of changed it almost immediately when I got upstairs and really started messing with it. I put the kids room as one room, and I don't know if it's safe or not, but it's there. They have direct access to their own porch space. So there's that. As they become teenagers, that might be nice. Then there is this room that has Susan's woodworking table, and because she's active, I put a treadmill in there for her. I imagine this is where she would go to just do like a quick workout or maybe do some woodworking, you know, maybe during the day when she's not at work and Makoto's sleeping in his coffin. I don't know, something like that. And then we have the bathroom. This one is more of the kids' bathroom, even though it's very fancy. It is still the kids' bathroom, and I'm imagining as they grow, they're going to use this. I wanted to use the jacuzzi tub specifically. I just really felt the need to use it and be fancy. I think it was after I made the master bathroom or the master bedroom that I did this bathroom, so that could also be part of the reason that I went extra fancy. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I thought it would be really nice, and I'm a little bit envious of this bathroom because I like that it looks out, you know, into nature and what have you. I think that's really fun. So that is basically their house there. I think it turned out really nice. It's very pretty, and I hope that they enjoy it. I enjoyed building it, and hopefully they enjoy living there. So anyway, that's all I've got for this time, you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! I might just have to do Ruben's house now because I had too much fun building.